everybody, Peter Ganner here, back again for another token review. This time, ICP is the token we're going to cover. Now, you guys know we usually do ultra low cap projects. This one is definitely not that. It's got about a $5 billion market cap, and it may be one of those projects that has the biggest impact on all of the Web3 space if they're able to deliver on their promises of what they are. And we're going to cover that in this video. However, before we do that, I'm going to let you know I'm not a financial advisor. This is not meant for financial advice. We're going to do a brief overview of it. The real value that we bring to the table is we have a team of 6 people, and we spend a lot of time going through hundreds, even thousands of projects to find the ones that have teams, utility, and are building community along the way. And so we highlight those so you don't have to do that research. You just now need to do your in-depth research to decide if you're going to get involved in the project. With that, I'm going to go ahead and jump over. I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to talk about ICP, okay? It's $11.24. It is a $5.124 billion market cap. We can come down here. We can see that the volume is just below $70 million a day. Good, strong volume. We can also come down, guys, and see that the fully diluted is 5.7 billion. So most of these tokens are in distribution right now. It's only a small amount that are still out there to be issued. We can come up here and we can see that it is verified data by CoinMarketCap. So we can see that that is there. Okay, and then let's go down here and look at some important things. So I have all time up here. And the reason why I started at all time, guys, is look at where this token came out. This was during the last bull run in mid 2021. This thing came out at 428. Of course, it started coming down right away. But even once it came down, you can see now we're 2 months into launch. It was still in the $43 to $60, $70 range coming along here. So this thing was holding its price pretty well. This is about the time the bear market started. It went down to as low as $3. And the reason why I think this is important, here we go. We're right back in here about $3.30 back in October of this last year. If it can get back to this all-time high, the hype of it, the excitement of it, let's say, not the hype, but the excitement of it, said, hey, this could be a $200 billion project. What if it could get back there? From here, you're talking about a 40x just to get back to where it was at when it first came out, and people got pretty excited about it. Let's go down and look at what exchanges it's available on. ICP is available just about on every single major centralized exchange that's out there. You got Coinbase, KuCoin, Binance, Kraken. It's available on all of those if you're using them. However, if you're using a decentralized exchange, in our research that we've done so far, this is the only one we could find, which is Sonic. There may be another one. There's a lot to go through. We're going to continue to look at that. We'll let you know in the next one. Sonic is a project that their token at least just launched very recently. We can go check it out. They are specializing in ICP tokens. So you can go down and look and see all on the ICP chain. So they are specializing in, and this is a decentralized option that is available for a decentralized computer system, right? All right, so let's jump real quick over to their Definity X account. So they are not under ICP on X. They are under Definity. They've done 4,279 posts. They've actually been on here since 2016. This is not a project that somebody said, hey, it's 2022, 2023. Let me build a computer network. As a matter of fact, we can come down here, and the founder has done a video here highlighting the history of it. And let me unmute this and let me play the
systems. By the .com era, I was also working with cryptography and trying to create what would have been one of the world's first cloud services. 2013, I got into Bitcoin, and by the end of the year, I decided I wanted to create a virtual currency for the games industry. I circulated a paper in October 2014 repurposing traditional Byzantine fault-tolerant consensus math. I got involved with the early Ethereum community, and I'd seen how blockchain could do much more than just cryptocurrency, and you could in fact use a blockchain to host code and data and computation. At some point I'd heard the phrase world computer. To me, computer, it meant an extension of the internet that you could use to build almost any system and service using smart contracts. I renamed the project Affinity, which is a shortening of Decentralized Infinity, and began working towards this new goal of creating a world computer. The Affinity Foundation.
So guys, I'm going to go ahead and leave it right there. So you can come here on their X account and you can watch that so they get the views on the project, always trying to create value. So ROVC, creating that value for other projects. We can see that this has been watched by 481,000 people, shared, and of course I was one of them, 1.1 thousand times. This is an extremely huge project. As a matter of fact, you're going to see that when we jump over onto the website, that this absolutely is a juggernaut of a project that's there. Of course, you can go down, you can see they post quite often events that they've been at, partnerships, things that they're working on. So a very active X account that you can go on and do some due diligence on. And of course, we're going to let you come back and do that yourself on that side of it. But definitely the founder has been involved in the computer industry for a long time and has been on the cutting edge of doing that. So let's jump over to their website real quick, guys. I was already looking through it. All right, so Cipher Space, look at the number of transactions per second. Ethereum equivalent transactions per second, 224,000. Now, we've talked about everything going on the blockchain, stocks, real estate, car titles, all entertainment, everything being run on blockchains. So think about the number of transactions that will create. And this is definitely a project that could handle a lot of transactions very quickly. All right, so blocks processed, I believe that's 2.7 billion blocks that they've already processed. Storage data here for smart contract memory, $5 per gigabyte per year. Inexpensive usage. This is something that'll definitely be necessary in the future. We can also see that they have an AI project that they're working on right here. You can come in and ask it all kinds of questions. Is the internet computer decentralized? What can I do with ICP tokens? You can ask it questions in your research, in your development. I would always go to a third-party source as well, but you can ask it some questions. We've got a great presentation here, guys. If you really want to dig into Cipher Space as a cloud, they have a 68-page slideshow here. We're not going to go through all 68 pages, so don't click off going, oh my God, they're going to go through this. We're just going to go through and slide through some of the highlights, and this is one of them. Definity Foundation, crypto's largest research and development operation. They have 1,600 plus research papers, over 100,000 academic citations, 100,000 plus, and then 250 plus technical patents put together by it. The team is 270 plus team members globally. So this is a large team of people that are working on this. Extremely well funded, of course. It's got to be, right, to have that many people working. Over 140 employees in Zurich's headquarters alone on that. And these are really super smart people. It's unstoppable, tamper-proof, sovereign, which we're going to look at here in a second, autonomous, and of course, lower cost. So this is a significant project, guys, that you can dig into. And so you can come back and look at it yourself. We can go over here to the ecosystem and click on that. We can see that there's 193 current projects that are building on it in all different categories, including metaverse, DAOs, wallets, games, NFTs, lots of projects building on it. We're going to start looking and see if we can cover some of these projects that they're building on, because I got to tell you, I looked at this 2 years ago, but I haven't really looked at it over the last couple of years. Hey, there's a possibility with what the resource is and what they're doing that they could win and become a major blockchain or a major force in the blockchain space. Again, decentralization is core to it, and they're trying to build basically the decentralized internet based on nodes. So real quick, let's go back to the front page here. And they have their information about their nodes, which I was looking at earlier. That is the important part of it. So there's a map somewhere. Let me see if I can find it. I apologize, but I'm going to find it here, guys. Let's see. Oh, you know what? I think I know where it is. When you start talking, I'm so glad I came and clicked on this. When you start talking about microtransactions, okay, microtransactions, that is a microtransaction. You could take 1 penny right, of value, digital value. You could have 1,000 people to split it up, and you're still only here of that transaction that got eaten up by the people getting paid. Imagine being able to work on a project. Let's say it's a film, and 395 people work on that film. And you're able to say, you know what, we're going to sell watching this film for a dime. That's it. You can watch the entire film online for a dime. And let's say 1 billion people come watch that film. That would generate a substantial amount of money, right? $100 million. Instead of having an accounting department that goes, okay, let's try to maneuver and manipulate these numbers, how about a system that's built that has a low enough transaction fee where it could take every person that worked on that film via smart contract and just equally divide up that money and cover all the transaction fees without eating up the cost? That's absolutely incredible on that transaction fees. So let me get back over here. We are going to find nodes. Let's find these nodes because it's important to see the map and to go forward with the node thing. Problem is I've jumped around a lot when I was looking at the project, doing my research, at least my initial research. So I've been so many places on here. Oh, here we go. I believe we're getting close here. Aha, ICP hubs. So this is one of the neat things that I like about this project, guys. They're doing a lot of stuff when it comes to community. Or so when you look at a regular company, there's the team, there's the product, and then there's customers. And it's important that they go but the two most important in this is the team that's running it, because they're going to do the marketing and they're going to bring on the customers. It's different in a decentralized Web3 world. In a Web3 world, they're still important who the team is. The product is still important, but the most important, absolutely the most important, are the people, because the network is the value, the users. That is the reason why with airdrops and everything that's going on in Web3, last year, $26 billion in digital value was given to people in airdrops. Why? Because that shows where the value of the community lies, right? It shows you what it's worth for these projects to get them involved with it. So one of the neat things I like about it, guys, is community is so important in Web3 projects. As a matter of fact, in a traditional business, you have the team, the product, and then customers. And these two are extremely important because you have to have a product and you have to have a team that can market to the customers. Customers buy the product. In Web3, that is different. You still have a team, you still have a product, but really the most important of the three aspects of this, or the three different types, is the community itself. It's why airdrops being done the way they are, and companies are giving away 60, 80% of their digital assets in order to build a strong community. ICP has an entire section here, and they're building a lot of neat stuff there, which are called their ICP hubs. What next thing I really want to cover are their nodes. We'll just come down here to the bottom because I know there's a link right here. Node providers. So this is an important aspect of it. Sovereign networks. You can go through and read all about them. And they show you here their networks that are in place right now. They have the statistics right now. 119 node providers. I think that go to the next level, need a lot more node providers. I don't know what it costs or what it takes to become a node provider, but I would think you'd want to have nodes in hundreds of countries, or at least over 100 countries, and you want to have a lot more. There's 75 data centers. There are 1,371 total node machines that are working on this. The internet's a big thing. So if the whole internet came onto a decentralized network, these stats would definitely have to grow in order for that to happen. It talks about independent machines. It goes into what the node providers are, talks about what hardware is needed in order to run them. It talks about being a climate-friendly compute. And then, of course, you can go down here and read some of their partnerships that they have going already that are part of it. Pretty big companies that are a part of running this. Again, I think it's got a little ways to go on the network side, but it's definitely got a great start with that. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and hit the stop share button. Go ahead and do your research. look into this. Again, the importance of decentralization. That's what Web3 is all about. I know we all want our token prices to go up, right? It's Lambo, right? However, ultimately, at the end of the day, it's the technology that is behind Web3 that is important, and the value that it will provide in our life towards sovereignty, towards having a more balanced, more, I don't want to say fair, because I don't know if that word really works, but a more equitable society for everybody. And that's the core to decentralization, right? The fact that I get to run my life, and that the opportunities are there for me to accelerate and move things forward there. So with that, guys, I'm going to say thank you for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. If you like the content and you want to learn more about projects that you can do your research on, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Ring the bell so you get notified on our next video. If you like the content in this video, please like it. I look forward to creating a lot more videos, and hopefully you watch them and get some value from them. So ROVC, return on value created. Have a great day, and thank you.